Welcome to this strategic executive briefing. Today, we explore why solving complex problems requires exceptional expertise. Many challenges cannot be solved through effort alone. They require strategic thinking, specialized knowledge, and an external perspective to identify root causes and create effective solutions. In this briefing, discover how exceptional guidance helps leaders make better decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and transform obstacles into opportunities. Because better solutions begin with better perspectives. In this first section, we explore the diagnostic imperative, why most transformation efforts fail before execution even begins. Successful transformation does not start with action, it starts with understanding. Without an accurate diagnosis of the real challenge, organizations often invest time, resources, and energy into solving the wrong problem. This section reveals why identifying root causes, analyzing the current situation, and gaining strategic clarity are essential before implementing any solution. Because effective execution begins with accurate diagnosis. Many organizations fall into the illusion of self-correction. They attempt to solve internal challenges using the same perspectives, assumptions, and processes that contributed to the problem in the first place. Limited by internal rationalizations and the complexity of modern business environments, teams often focus on visible symptoms while the true causes remain hidden. Exceptional transformation begins with an external, objective perspective, one that can challenge assumptions, reveal blind spots, and uncover the root issues preventing progress. Because you cannot transform what you have not accurately diagnosed. The cost of misdiagnosis is high. Research shows that many strategic initiatives fail, not because of poor execution, but because the original problem was misunderstood or incorrectly defined. When organizations act before achieving strategic clarity, they risk investing resources into the wrong solutions, addressing symptoms instead of root causes, and delaying meaningful transformation. The first step towards successful execution is not action. It is accurate diagnosis, because solving the wrong problem efficiently is still failure. The ability to distinguish symptoms from root causes is essential. A rigorous analysis allows leaders to move beyond temporary fixes, make strategic adjustments, and focus resources on solutions that create measurable results. True transformation begins when organizations understand the real challenge, identify the underlying drivers, and make informed strategic pivots. Because meaningful results come from solving the cause, not just managing the symptoms. Objectivity is essential. External expertise provides a neutral perspective, free from internal politics, emotional attachments, and inherited assumptions from the past. An objective viewpoint helps organizations identify hidden challenges, question existing approaches, and make decisions based on facts rather than familiarity. True strategic clarity often begins when leaders invite perspectives beyond their own environment, because progress requires the courage to see what internal perspectives may overlook. The second section defines what exceptional guidance means for high-performing organizations. Elite organizations do not rely solely on experience or internal knowledge. They seek strategic guidance that combines expertise, objective analysis, and proven methodologies. Exceptional guidance provides clarity in complexity, challenges conventional thinking, and helps leaders make decisions with greater confidence and precision. Because outstanding performance is built on the quality of the insight behind every decision. Exceptional advisory is built on a powerful three-part foundation. 1. Diagnostic rigor, the ability to accurately identify challenges, uncover root causes, and understand the true dynamics behind a problem. 2. Strategic insight, the ability to interpret complex situations, anticipate opportunities, and define a clear path forward. 3. Value creation capability, the ability to transform strategic recommendations into measurable outcomes and sustainable growth. Together, these elements create the foundation for advisory excellence, helping organizations move from uncertainty to clarity, and from ideas to impactful execution. Because exceptional guidance does not only identify problems, it creates the pathway to greater value. High-impact strategic partners are distinguished by 4 essential qualities. 1. Deep expertise, the ability to bring specialized knowledge, proven experience, and mastery of complex challenges. 2. Intellectual independence, the courage to provide objective insights, challenge assumptions, and offer perspectives beyond internal biases. 3. Results alignment, a commitment to measurable outcomes, ensuring that strategy translates into tangible impact. 4. Capability transfer, the ability to empower teams by sharing knowledge, frameworks, and tools that create long-term organizational strength. Exceptional advisors do not simply provide recommendations. They strengthen decision-making, elevate performance, and help organizations build sustainable capabilities. This strategic matrix compares different advisory models. Unlike internal problem-solving approaches or broad generalist firms, executive advisory provides a higher level of precision, speed, and strategic focus. By combining specialized expertise, objective analysis, and a results-driven approach, executive advisors help organizations navigate complexity faster and identify the actions that create the greatest impact. The difference is not only in the recommendations, it is in the ability to diagnose accurately, prioritize effectively, and accelerate transformation. Because in strategic decision-making, clarity and precision create competitive advantage. The resolution time benchmark reveals a critical advantage. A structured advisory diagnostic framework can significantly accelerate value creation by improving problem identification, decision-making speed, and strategic alignment. By focusing on the real drivers behind challenges, organizations reduce unnecessary delays, avoid ineffective solutions, and move faster from analysis to execution. Because accelerated transformation begins with a precise understanding of the problem. The third section focuses on implementation and value creation, transforming strategy into operational momentum. A strategy only creates impact when it moves beyond ideas and becomes disciplined execution. This section explores how organizations translate strategic decisions into practical actions, align teams, measure progress, and capture sustainable value. Exceptional advisory does not stop at recommendations. It supports the journey from vision to execution, ensuring that strategic opportunities become measurable results. Because true transformation happens when strategy becomes action. The four-phase life cycle ensures disciplined transformation and long-term governance. This approach includes 1. Audit, assessing the current situation, identifying challenges, and establishing strategic clarity. 2. Architecture, designing the right framework, roadmap, and operating model to achieve desired outcomes. 3. Execution, implementing strategic initiatives with clear priorities, accountability, and measurable objectives. 4. Scaling, expanding successful solutions while ensuring sustainable growth and long-term governance. A structured transformation process allows organizations to move from diagnosis to delivery with greater control, alignment, and impact. Because sustainable success requires more than a strategy, it requires a system for execution. This value creation curve illustrates the impact of strategic intervention. While organizations without structured guidance often follow a path of stagnation, strategic advisory creates a framework for accelerated and sustainable growth. Through accurate diagnoses, focused execution, and continuous optimization, organizations can unlock new opportunities, improve performance, and expand value systematically. The difference is not simply solving today's challenges, it is creating the conditions for long-term growth and competitive advantage. Because strategic intervention transforms potential into measurable progress. Finally, effective capital allocation prioritizes the development of core capabilities, ensuring the long-term sustainability of transformation. Successful organizations do not only invest in short-term solutions, they strengthen the foundations that support continuous growth. By allocating resources toward talent, processes, technology, and strategic capabilities, leaders create an organization that can adapt, scale, and maintain performance over time. Sustainable transformation is achieved when investments create lasting internal strength, not temporary improvements. Because true value is built when organizations develop the capabilities to succeed long after the strategy is implemented. We now explore the pillars of sustainable excellence. Long-term success is built on two essential foundations. 1. Rigorous cultural alignment at the leadership level, ensuring that vision, values, decision-making, and organizational behaviors are aligned from the top of the organization. 2. Scalable architecture, developing flexible systems, processes, and capabilities that allow the organization to adapt, grow, and maintain performance over time. Sustainable excellence requires more than short-term improvements. It demands a strong leadership foundation and an operating structure capable of supporting continuous evolution. Because lasting transformation begins with alignment and is sustained through scalable systems. Cultural alignment ensures unity across the C-suite and the board of directors around the diagnostic realities and transformation objectives. When leadership teams share a common understanding of the challenges, priorities, and desired outcomes, organizations can move forward with greater speed, consistency, and confidence. Strong cultural alignment eliminates conflicting agendas, strengthens decision-making, and creates collective ownership of the transformation journey. A successful transformation begins at the top, with leaders aligned around the reality of the situation and committed to achieving a shared vision. Because transformation succeeds when leadership moves as one. At the same time, a scalable architecture enables organizations to build resilient structures designed to capture market expansion opportunities. A strong organizational architecture creates the flexibility, processes, and capabilities required to adapt to changing environments and support sustainable growth. By designing systems that can evolve with business demands, leaders ensure that growth is not limited by operational constraints, but supported by a foundation built for scale. Scalable organizations are prepared not only to respond to opportunities, but to maximize them, because sustainable growth requires structures that are built to evolve. The executive mandate is clear. The strategic choices made by leadership today directly shape tomorrow's competitive position. Every decision regarding investment, innovation, talent, operations, and market positioning creates a lasting impact on the organization's future trajectory. Effective leaders understand that strategy is not only about responding to current challenges, it is about deliberately building the capabilities, advantages, and resilience required for future success. Because tomorrow's competitive advantage is created by today's strategic decisions. The guiding principle of Sutherland and Blackwell Advisory is simple. The quality of your future is directly influenced by the quality of the guidance you choose today. In an increasingly complex business environment, strategic decisions require more than information. They require clarity, experience, and the right perspective. The advisors, mentors, and expertise you surround yourself with can shape the direction, speed, and sustainability of your growth. Exceptional guidance creates stronger decisions, sharper strategies, and greater opportunities for long-term success. Because the right guidance does not simply support your vision, it helps transform it into measurable results. To begin your executive briefing and confidential strategic assessment with our team, we invite you to start your strategic reflection today. Take the first step toward gaining clarity, identifying opportunities, and developing a focused approach aligned with your objectives. Exceptional transformation begins with a meaningful conversation, an accurate diagnosis, and a commitment to strategic excellence. Your next level of growth begins with the right perspective.